Ladies and gentlemen, everybody watching us online and live here today, welcome to the final of the MVL Pure Corporate Championship Edition 2. With me today for the finals of the World Cup are the captains of the service now team side and Pradeep and Chetu for Dr. REDDYS. Also with me are the umpires. We are ready here with the coin toss. Sai is in and Pradeep is calling. Pradeep calls heads. He lands the tails, so Sai is in the top side. What have you decided to do? In bat first. Okay, so I was just looking at the statistics during the tournament. Batting definitely seems to be your strong side. What's the strategy here today? So you don't want to take any additional pressure on yourself. Look at the camera. Yeah. So what's a good target in your mind, side? How important are the conditions? Because at the start of play, generally, the dampness of which I think you just referred to the lower scores and the higher scores. My personal experience has been early morning starts, score has been on the lower side. Has that factored into your decision making in some way? I have a different opinion. Any changes to your side to the side?
Changes throughout the tournament. It's the same thing today as well. We have quite a few guys missing. But we still have a strong team. A lot of people are waiting for changes. It's a good opportunity for them to play.
Awesome. Last question. How has your journey been through this tournament? How have you enjoyed playing this tournament? Any word for the organizers?
The organizing is really good for sure. The facilities that we have is outstanding. And obviously with the and things like that, it actually helps. Only thing is we are little disappointed that we are able to even though there were matches I said we started to put guilty against probably the top 40, but it was not like that, right? So we scored 2 only against them and then we still not able to finish. As well, top second team, third team, when we get the championship of 𝗀𝗏 we are still not able to finish. So maybe we didn't adjust much to the pitch because of the first tournament. Because they play in the next season, hopefully we'll finish.
Alright, all the best today and for the next season as well. Do well today.
Thank you.
I have Pradeep with me now. Pradeep, how disappointed are you on having lost that toss?
I think I am because it's a similar match. So last time we did very well. The both our service was to and that was expected. So I thought this was a better than because the team is really good bowling match. It's the same team, restricted and so it's expected as we can bowl first.
So what's the target in mind? 130 is what you did last time, but do you think you'll be happy with that score today?
I think it's better to restrict them 120 below with the bowling attack. And the boys are really good also. In that case, like I don't think so. Even 130 is not bad. You can still have restrict it there in different pitches.
Yeah, I was looking at the statistics and I was a little surprised. Service now is a really strong batting team, but they seem to struggle against your bowling attack. So what is special about your bowling attack? What special plans do you have for them?
I mean, see, these guys know to use the pitch well, whether it's a 7 and 10. And the bowlers are really good because they're very young guys. And so a lot of experience. A lot of matches matches they have played at different pitches. That's what their strategy is always to go for the wickets, and restrict the team below 140, 130 for reduce the chase. Looking at the batting, we have almost all 11 players batting. So there's no any problem that we can chase the ball.
Got it. And reflect on your side a little bit. Any changes to your team going into the finals today?
We have the same team except captain here is not available due to the injury. We are missing one guys missing out. But we have a couple of players important like they can actually replace the other players.
Last question, same as what I asked to Sai. Reflect a little bit on the tournament. How have you enjoyed playing this tournament? Word on the organizing? Have you liked the standards that you've seen?
Yeah, as I said before in the last interview, MVL brings really good tournaments, right? In terms of the pitches, the grounds, the cameras. So it's fantastic. You can see my review also. Earlier we have given a brief review about MVL. So let's continue that and we hope to participate in the future.
Congratulations, all the best for the finals today, and do well.
Thank you.
So that is it from the presentation. Service now won the toss, selected to bat first. Pradeep and his team will be bowling. They are hoping to restrict them to about 120 or so. Will they manage to do that or not? We'll find out when we join you in about 10 minutes time. Stay tuned and enjoy the rest of the day.
stop doing whatever you're doing, caps off. Please stand up. It's almost time for the national anthem. Play.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
भारत माता की जय।
Good morning and a very warm welcome to 𝗵𝗶𝗃𝗲 Cricket Ground for MVL Pure Corporate Cricket Championship Edition 2. The first match of the day is the Gold Cup final between Service Now and Dr. Reddy's Corporate. A while ago, my co-commentator Idris was in the middle for the toss. Service Now has won the toss and elected to bat first. Let me invite my co-commentator Idris. Good morning.
गुड मॉर्निंग सैम, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका। बहुत ही शानदार दिन क्रिकेट के लिए। बेहतरीन वेदर, आसमान बिल्कुल साफ। सर्विस नाउ ने टॉस जीत के बल्लेबाजी करने का फैसला किया है और ये ऐसा फैसला है जिससे दोनों टीम काफ़ी खुश। डॉक्टर रेड्डीज भी टॉस जीत के बॉलिंग ही करना चाहती थी तो वो भी काफ़ी खुश। आपको क्या लग रहा है पल्ला आज किसका भारी होने वाला है?
To start with, both teams are happy the way the toss went in their favor. And I think both teams are very confident of winning this game. But as you mentioned during the toss, weather plays a crucial role here because early in the morning there's a dew factor. But let's start the game. Here goes the first ball.
बाहरी किनारे से काफ़ी नज़दीक, कीपर के हाथ में गेंद जाती हुई। बैट्समैन काफ़ी लकी, बॉलर लकी नहीं रहे वहाँ पे अपना फुटिंग खोते हुए।
And this is what we are talking about, the damp on the wicket. It's very slippery there and it could be very difficult for the bowlers. They need to be careful.
जी हाँ, बिल्कुल सही। मैच शुरू होती है 7 साढ़े 7 बजे, तब डैम्पनेस ज़रूर होती है और उस डैम्पनेस के कारण थोड़ी सी फुटवर्क में प्रॉब्लम होती है बॉलर्स को। जहाँ पे लैंड करते हैं रजत जूनियर, उनके सबसे अच्छे बॉलर रहे हैं इस टूर्नामेंट के।
Definitely the hero of the last match. I think his best performance, career best, has come in the previous match of theirs. I still remember those numbers. 4 overs, 3 maidens, 2 runs and 4 wickets.
इस बार इसे खेल दिया हवा में, कवर्स की दिशा में, हल्की सी में फील्ड। क्या यहाँ पे रन आउट का चांस हो सकता है? वो बहुत ही नज़दीकी मामला। रनर चाहते थे कि एक और रन दौड़े बट आई थिंक बैट्समैन ने पॉइंट किया कि बॉल उन्हें लग के गया है, तो अच्छी स्पोर्ट्समैनशिप का मुजाहरा। रजत जूनियर 10 विकेट ले चुके हैं 6 मैचों में। 5 का इकॉनमी रेट, 11 का एवरेज, 5 का इकॉनमी रेट, काफ़ी शानदार। T20 फॉर्मेट में 5 का इकॉनमी रेट उन्होंने सारे टूर्नामेंट में मेंटेन किया है रजत जूनियर ने। काफ़ी शानदार परफॉर्मेंस। एक बार फिर बाहरी किनारे को बीट करते हुए गेंद को बिल्कुल नचा रहे हैं अपने इशारों पर रजत।
Yes, he's a tall man, naturally able to get that extra bounce out of the surface. The best part is getting some swing as well. And outswing is his big strength. And that's the reason why he has a slip in place as well. It's on the pads. Definitely missing the stumps, going down the leg side.
थोड़ा सा नियंत्रण खोते हुए अपनी दिशा में थोड़ा सा भटके रजत, बट भाग्यशाली रहे कि बैट्समैन का बैट नहीं पहुंचा वहां पर। पैड्स को छू के निकली गेंद स्क्वायर की दिशा में, बस एक सिंगल।
not much in control of that shot.
Just a defensive prod towards point. और एक सिंगल चुराया वहाँ पर. अच्छी शुरुआत रही है रजत के द्वारा. लाइन पे रहे हैं वो अपनी, और बैट्समैन को कोई भी अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं दी है अभी तक 5 गेंदों में. आखिरी गेंद पहले ओवर की.
And the openers for service now are 𝗫𝗫 and 𝘊𝗨. 𝗫 on strike.
एक बार फिर पैड्स पे गेंद, मिड विकेट स्क्वायर लेग दौड़ते हुए तो सिंगल पे रोका. पहले ओवर की समाप्ति पे स्कोर होगा 5 रन बिना किसी विकेट के नुकसान पर.
Looking at the squad of playing 11 of service now, led by Sai, 𝗫𝗫, 𝗏𝗏, Gyan, Kavinder, 𝗬𝗏, Karthik, Manohar, Vikas Singh, Abhishek, Girish, and Mohan Sriram.
The end of the first over, the score is 5 runs, no wickets lost. Rajat has bowled the first over. 𝗫𝗫 playing on 3 of 5 and 𝘊𝗨 1 of 1. बाहरी किनारा, थर्ड मैन की दिशा में बॉल दौड़ती हुई, वहां पे कोई फील्डर तैनात नहीं, एंड पहला चौका 𝗫𝗫 के खाते में. काफी निर्दय स्पोर्ट क्रिकेट, स्पेशली फास्ट बॉलर्स के लिए. वहां पे बॉलर की मॉरल विक्ट्री, बट नतीजा बैट्समैन के लिए 4 रन.
Yes, he played it very late and played it excellently, I would say. He made sure it doesn't go into the slip. Big shout, and up goes the finger. Well, things don't stay for long. Nothing stays for long here. There's a boundary and immediately the bowler strikes back.
बहुत ही बेहतरीन गेंदबाजी इस बार वैभव के द्वारा. पिछली बार हमने देखा कि बॉल उन्हें छोड़ के ऊंची जा रही थी, आउटसाइड एज लिया, बट इस बार नियंत्रण के साथ बॉल लगी उन्हें बिल्कुल ऑफ और मिडिल के बीच में. एंड अंपायर ने तय किया कि अगर वहां पे उनका पैर नहीं होता तो सारी गिल्लियां उखड़ जाती, और इसीलिए अंपायर ने अपनी उंगली ऊंची की. 𝗫𝗫 काफ़ी नाराज़. हर बैट्समैन चाहता है कि वो ऐसे बड़ी कंपटीशन में, कि आज फाइनल है गोल्ड कप का, चाहते थे कि वो अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस दें, पर दुर्भाग्यशाली रहें और वैभव को मिलती पहली सफलता.
Well, that's plumb in front.
केवल बाउंस एकमात्र चीज थी
Well, there's a quick run. That's a risky run, I would say.
No risk, no reward, as they say, Sam, in cricket.
That's the first delivery that the batter has faced, 𝗃𝗏𝗃. Now it's a left-hand, right-hand combination in the middle.
Big ball striker 𝗃𝗏𝗃. 130 his strike rate, 33 his batting average. What a piece of bowling that is. What a fantastic piece of bowling that is. Think that has dislodged the off bail on its way, and 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗲 has picked up his second wicket. So 𝘊, the captain, I think has been dismissed. Courtesy of a brilliant piece of bowling that hit the deck, came back in hard. Batsman had no answer to that.
Well, that swung inside. That's a huge gap between bat and pad, and he's surprised with the extra bounce as well. Well, 𝘊 is gone for one.
Now both openers going back into the heart. 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗃 has managed to pick both of them. Service now, reeling now. Dr. Reddy is definitely on top. 10 runs for the loss of 2 wickets in just 10 balls bowled. 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗃 is managing to swing it both ways.
Well, Dr. Reddy's are very happy the way they've started this match. They wanted to bowl first. Unfortunately, they lost the toss, but the decision came in their favor. And their biggest strength is bowling. The captain said that, and there was another risky run. 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗏 is a new batter.
Living dangerously service now at the moment. Struggling for every single. You can see the bowlers getting the ball to do the talking. And invariably, when a bowling team creates pressure, you also see that the running between the wickets disintegrates.
I think they want to take the pressure back onto the opposition by forcing the fielders to make some mistakes. Look at that, running between the wickets is very good. Their coordination is very good. It's just that they want the fielders to make some mistakes. It's a double blow in the over. Just 7 runs and 2 wickets. 2 overs completed, 12 for 2. It hits the top of the leg stump. Comes down the track. A huge gap between bat and pad.
That cut him in half, Sam. I think he had not anticipated that much movement on that delivery. He was moving forward, wanting to play an aggressive stroke, but 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗃 had other ideas. Looks like it's going to be Rajat back to bowl the third over of the game. 12 for 2 at the end of 2 overs. Rajat bowling to 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃.
Plays it over, long gone. A clean hit, first boundary for 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃. Slightly overpitched. And 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃 plays it with the full authority, complete control.
Good intent from 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃 early on in the innings. Nice to see this from him. Positive, off the front foot. hitting it over mid-on.
On the pads, Rajat coming from over the wicket to the left-handed batter, and it could be pitching outside the line. And look at the shot. He didn't try to hit it too hard. He timed it very well.
Just using the pace that Rajat had offered there, lofting it over the fielder at mid-on. Very good stroke. This time, once again, lands it within the stumps, forces a defensive shot out of the batter. 𝗃𝗏𝗄𝗏, the new man out there. Rajat still searching for his first wicket of the game.
Wanted to go for another risky run, but it went straight to the fielder at point.
That could have almost been curtains. What we were talking about a little while ago, Sam. How pressure disintegrates the running between the wickets.
Passes the outside edge again. And in fact, it's, I think, centimeters away from the off stump. And that's the way Rajat bowls. Always trying to put the batter under constant doubt. You know, whether it's coming onto the stump, missing the stumps. Once again, it's a great line.
Phenomenal bowling this from Rajat. Really seems to have the ball on a string. He's getting it to dance to his tune. Beating the batsman at will. Two back-to-back outstanding balls to beat 𝗃𝗏𝗄𝗏. Some great pitches presented to you. What phenomenal camera work on display from Team MVL.
And another tidy over from Rajat, conceded only 5 runs. After 3 overs, service now 17 for 2. And 𝗬𝗏𝗆 continues. Now he's coming around the wicket to the left-hander. Shot, there's no chance for the fielder. He dives, but could not be able to stop that ball because that went like a rocket, an arrow that went straight onto the boundary line. Beautiful cover drive.
Phenomenal batting there from 𝗃𝗏𝗄𝗏. He's transferring the pressure back to the bowling team. You can see that they've been forced to make some changes. Mid-on goes back because of the hit that 𝗃𝗏𝗄𝗏 had scored last over, which is definitely not plan A for Dr. REDDYS. They would have liked to have that fielder mid-on inside the circle, but the mid-on goes back to long on, which means the covers is inside the circle and 𝗃𝗏𝗄𝗏 spotting that gap.
Beaten by the bounce this time. Pull the length back a bit. And going slightly outside the off-stump line. It's a very good comeback by 𝗬𝗏𝗆.
Nice bowling combination this for Dr. REDDYS. Both tall bowlers hitting the deck, getting bounce, getting the ball to move either direction.
Well, if it was a direct hit, you could have seen wicket number 3.
It's on the cards. It's on the cards, Sam. Been calling it. Run out seems to be most likely piece of mode of dismissal because
it definitely would have been another wicket. It's just a misunderstanding there. Now he's on the ground. At the time he went back, he lost control.
luckily for him, the ball missed the stumps.
But he's struggling.
Let's take a look at that replay. Phenomenal pictures again presented to you. There you go. He was a goner. So goner by a long distance, and you can see him limping or hopping his way back. Pulled a nerve maybe.
Now one more look at this. There he says no. He was already halfway down the pitch. He had to control himself. And I think that's where he felt maybe hamstring.
I think the twist, the turn that he made on the pitch has caused some damage. Maybe we'll have to take another look at that. I think he lost his balance when he was turning. You can see there maybe too much weight on that left ankle. Yeah, he was hopping all of his way back. So how important is that moment going to be, because it's 𝗃𝗃. So service now. You never want to see an injury on a cricket field, but that's the nature of the sport. It's as much a test of your fitness as it is of your skill. That's what makes cricket special. A game played over 200 acres of space, defined by the thinnest of margins. Seems okay. That's good news for service now. 𝗃𝗃 seems to be standing on his 2 feet well. Walks back with positivity. So in the end, looks like no damage done to service now.
I think now they'll be more careful about running between the wickets, at least with those quick singles, what they have been doing so far. It's a risky single. They don't want to take those many. He has already hit a couple of boundaries, and both with full authority. He needs to be there. He doesn't want to take too many risks. Slip is still in place. 𝗙𝗵 continues. Not enough bounce on that occasion. Goes under the bat, straight into the wicketkeeper's gloves. Good delivery that was.
21 for 2 of 3.4 overs. The current run rate just a tad bit under 6 runs an over. But it's the wickets that matter, and service now will want to preserve those. Beautifully driven, this time straight to covers. The fielder gets behind that and stops that.
Very well fielded. Now, no need to run for that, because he finds the gap between those two fielders, Point and covers. An excellent shot. Boundary number 3 for 𝗃𝗃. And look at the speed of the bat. Stands tall, not much of a footwork, just clears his front foot. It was in the air for a bit of time, but in the gap as well. Excellent shot. A brilliant shot to finish the over.
Fast hands there from 𝗃𝗃 to bring up his third boundary, I think, of the innings. 14 now of 10. The bowler must have had his heart in his mouth because I was very, very close to both of those fielders, but picked that gap with perfection. You only have those many fielders on a cricket field. It's one of those moments when the bowler wishes that he had one additional fielder.
But unfortunately, they have a lot more ground to cover.
.25 for 2 at the end of 4 overs. The fifth over just about to begin. Wraps him on the pads. Once again, you can see 𝗃𝗏𝗏 showing intent, wanting to go through for the single. But this time, Gautam sending him back, saying, you take care of your ankle, mate.
I think that's not necessary. I understand he wants to be on strike. He's striking well. He understood the conditions and he's playing accordingly. But I think he needs to take time, wait for the gap. Now this is an easy single. Played with soft hand, straight to cover his fielder. Now 𝗃𝗏𝗏 is back on strike. We'll have to see how he takes on Rajat.
Couldn't agree with you more, Sam. It's just so much of a battle in the mind. Cricket is a unique sport in this regard. A lot of times you're batting or you're battling your own internal demons inside your brain as much as you're battling the bowlers out there. The balance between attack and defense is what the batsman needs to get right. When they do, is when they score. Change in field again for 𝗃𝗏𝗏. Long on goes back. And he defends it. Straight to short cover this time.
Varying the pace this time, Rajat. A slower, almost attempted Yorker delivery.
Third man and long on. The two fielders out in the deep for 𝗃𝗏𝗏. Tried to play that towards fine leg. Just got some pad on it, I think. Inside edge, maybe? No, the umpire signals for leg by. So leg by towards square leg. Bangs it into the pitch, just outside the off stump. Plays that towards short third man. Slight misfield results in a single to the third man region. Very good pressure bowling from both Rajat and Vaibhav. They're keeping things tight. They've not allowed release shots. 𝗃𝗏𝗏 has tried to be aggressive, but in spite of all of his aggression, he's on 14 of 12 balls. 3 of those have been boundaries, so there have been a lot of dot balls as well in between. In the air, almost went to that fielder at mid-wicket. Lucky for 𝗃𝗏𝗏, gets away with a 2. Rajat finishes his third over. He's gone for 12 runs, just 12 runs in his 3 overs. True to his economy rate throughout this tournament. He's gone for about 5 runs and over through this tournament. Today just going at 4 and over. The end of the 5th over. Service now 30 for 2. Phenomenal cricketing weather, great conditions overall for cricket, great batting surface. Also gives something to the bowlers when they are willing to bend their back. It's ideal for cricket. Lets that one go down the leg, keeper collects, umpire stretches his arms to call that a wide. 21 degrees. My co-commentator Sam pulls up the weather app. The highest today is expected to go around 31 degrees. At the moment, just 21 degrees, so pleasant weather for cricket.
Aiming the stumps this time, nicely defended. And yes, I usually look at the weather, particularly for this match, or the first match of the day, because the conditions would change a lot. When the match started, it was almost 19, 20 degrees. And it's going to change rapidly within an hour or so. Another 4 or 5 degrees will increase. So that brings a lot of change in the conditions, in the playing conditions. You can see all the dew, or most of the dew is gone from the outer surface. And look at that delivery. How quick was it? The batter is surprised.
It's the angle, I think. 𝗹𝗶 is tricking 𝗃𝗏𝗏 with his angles. He's now bowling around the wicket, which means he's cramping him for room, getting the ball to come in. And 𝗹𝗏 always gets that extra bounce from the surface. We saw that earlier as well. When he had bowled 𝗙, he gets the ball to bounce of weird areas. That's his strength. Just going back to your comment on the weather, Sam, I think it's a very interesting point you make. Let's come back to that at the end of this delivery. It's a single towards mid-on. So the point with that increase in weather, Sam, especially that sharp increase in weather, is that it sucks away the moisture very, very quickly from the surface. And what that means is the pitch, it's still trying to hold itself together. It's damp originally when the day starts, and then it dries quickly. And when it dries quickly is when you see that misbehavior that we are seeing on the pitch right now. The extra bounce, the zip every now and then, that results because of a change in the weather. Play in a miss outside the off stump, an appeal for caught behind, but almost dramatically from the fielder at mid-on, perhaps the farthest away from that edge.
And when that dam goes away, it becomes much easier for the batters to play in the second innings. And that's the reason why usually most of the teams, when they win the toss in these kind of conditions, they prefer to bowl first. Brilliant delivery. Extra bounce once again, almost into the rib cage of the batter. In fact, he didn't expect that kind of bounce as well. So far, Dr. REDDYS have dominated this power play. Just last ball to go. 𝗃𝗏𝗏 wanted to be on strike for the most of the time and make full use of the fielding restrictions, get some boundaries. Now that's a shot. It's a very good shot, even though there's a fielder and he didn't get a boundary. The shot was played very well.
It's a shot that gives the batter a lot of confidence. Cover drive on the up, going almost through the extra cover region. Very well played by the batter. 2 runs to his total. 35 for 2 at the end of 6 overs. The kind of score that I think Dr. REDDYS will be really, really happy with. Service now will hope that they would have had maybe 10, 15 more runs at this stage. But nevertheless, they'll be happy that 𝗃𝗏𝗏 is playing well out there, 17 of 15. 𝗀𝗏 has just started to look good, 6 of 12 for 𝗀𝗏. And 𝗹𝗏 and Rajat have both bowled 3 overs. 𝗹𝗏 having picked 2 wickets for 20 in his 3. And Rajat being wicketless but extremely miserly. Just 12 runs conceded off his 3 overs so far. It was actually very interesting at the toss when I spoke to the captain, service now, 𝗙. He said that he scored 270, 280 in the past at, playing at this stage. I think something that you've got to take in perspective or keep in perspective is the opposition that you scored those runs against. I think Dr. REDDYS have a very difficult bowling lineup. So I was surprised, really, that he decided to bat first. But at the same time, as captain, sometimes you have to back your strength. So because he felt that they are a batting team, it made sense that they decided to bat first. Anyway, we've started the 6th over. He's just deflected that towards the empty fine leg region. The keeper runs around, but can't stop 2 runs. Leg by signal by the umpire.
And that's an excellent running between the wickets. In fact, he almost looked like wanted to play it with soft hands. No contact with the bat, but didn't go too far from the keeper as well. By the time the keeper goes and collects the ball, these batters have completed their 2nd run as well. Keeper wasn't quick enough there. As a misfield, I'm sure they'll go for the 2nd run. Brilliant running this is. They're squeezing the runs, converting those singles into doubles. Trying to put that pressure back on the fielders. Dr. Reddy's dominated the power play, but I'm sure catch it as a call, but it didn't carry. I think that's over the waist height. You just have to wait for the umpire signal.
Fantastic camera work once again. You can see the team working in great coordination with each other. Firstly, the pitches coming in from the square leg region, and then our expert here in the commentary box. So bowled of the free hit, and a bye signaled.
It was a no ball and a free hit. So no harm done. He would love to get a boundary or a maximum out of that free hit. But at least they got a single.
Yes, a bye, you can see it there. Smart work there from the batters. They realized that that was a free hit, and they ran through for a bye. Krishnanand is the new bowler in the attack for Dr. Reddy's. Down the leg this time from Krishna, giving the umpire some exercise.
Yes, they didn't get much of stretching for the umpire so far, because these bowlers are very disciplined. The first few overs, in fact, almost the power play. Overall, 9 extras have been given, 2 wides. One no ball, 5 leg byes and 1 byes. Once again, good running between the wickets.
Really impressed the way 𝗃𝗏𝗏 has batted today. She looked to be aggressive, but at the same time, every time a single has been on offer, he's pounced on it. Also run a few doubles very aggressively.
Down the track, up and over. Deep third man will cut it off. But they'll get a couple of runs eventually. Gautam has taken enough time in the middle. Even he wants to accelerate the scoreboard. Comes down the track on that occasion, but couldn't connect well.
You're right about that, Sam. You can see that he's tried to be aggressive the last couple of balls that he faced, Maybe that means that he's turning a new leaf in his batting innings. He's now batting on 8 of 14. 𝗃𝗲𝗏 21 of 19. The innings has got some momentum finally. He's played that well towards point. There'll only be a single. The end of the 7th, the score has moved on to 47 for 2. 6.7 runs an over at the moment. Very important for Dr. Reddy's point of view that they are able to back up the strong bowling performance that we saw during the power play. It's never easy to do that because both bowlers, I think, were having an exceptional day today.
And if you see that replay, he comes down the track and the ball comes off the bottom of the bat. He didn't middle it. Change in the bowling attack. Spin comes in. Right arm off break bowler Arif comes into bowl.
Starts off with a full ball just around the off stump. That's driven to the cover fielder. Keeps it down to a single.
Arif 237 wickets in 237 innings. Sorry, 273 wickets in 237 innings. 5 for 24 was his best, and he got 5-wicket haul a couple of times and 3 wickets 34 times. Very experienced bowler. He's strong in the middle overs. I think that's a good change because they desperately are looking for another wicket here. Dr. Reddy's.
Right about that, Sam. Partnership building, 39 of 35 now. So slowly but steadily, service now is definitely creeping up. But interesting change. Slow bowlers always bring in excitement in cricket. Ball slows down in the air. Batsmen try to be more aggressive. And that always brings some drama on the cricket field. I really like the last ball that Arif had bowled to 𝗃𝗲𝗏 though. Managed to slow it down enough in the air that 𝗃𝗲𝗏 was forced to change his shot, playing it on the offside. It's an interesting battle between bat and ball.
Tried to play a reverse sweep. Couldn't connect well. Straight to the fielder at third man. Only for a single.
Very lucky to get some bat on that. If he had missed that, he would have been right in front of his stumps.
And reverse sweeps are always risky. And particularly when you're playing against the slow bowlers like this, you're not sure whether it's going to turn, what's the bounce going to be. And it's risk. As I said, without risk, there's no reward. And that's what he's going for. A slight width. But straight to the fielder, who lets it go. Misfield, lucky boundary. And in fact, that's the first boundary for Gautam. He played 18 deliveries to get his first boundary.
He's catching up finally on a scoring rate, Gautam. Courtesy that fielding effort. Again, slightly disappointed, I'm sure Arif is. That should have been down to a single. Pulled it into the stumps, full, nudged it towards the square leg region. 𝗃𝗏 wants the second, and he gets there. That's good aggressive running between the wickets from 𝗃𝗏.
And the throw was to the wrong end. Somebody was shouting, bowler in, but it was closer. The striking end was closer to the keeper who collected the ball. And in fact, towards that end, there will be some backup as well. So he would prefer to throw the ball to the striker's end rather than the non-strikers. Service now 57 for 2 after 8 overs. The current run rate just improved to 7.13. Another good over for them, 10 runs from it. So after power play, they're focusing on getting more runs, squeezing those singles and converting those singles into doubles. And some lucky boundaries as well.
I think 𝗃𝗏𝗃 is looking really, really good. I'm really impressed by the way that he's batting today. He seems to have set his mind towards a large target because he's only playing to the merit of the ball. I know he tried that reverse sweep in the last over, but once again, like it said, the occasional risk needs to be taken. 58 now for 2. Wonderful batting from 𝗃𝗏𝗃, 24 of 22, and 𝗃𝗏 has caught up, 17 of 19, almost striking at 90 per 100 balls now.
Krishnanand continues. Full toss on the pads, and that may not run for boundary because that slows down there. But 50 partnership comes up between these two. Excellent running between the wickets.
Bottom of the bat there, therefore it did not have enough momentum on it. But such a well-deserved break for this team. 50 of 41 deliveries. Both of these batters have batted well together. 𝗃𝗏 now. Phenomenal batting this now. 𝗃𝗏𝗃 driving that through the covers region, getting another boundary. To go with the 3 runs of that previous ball. So the change of bowling for Dr. REDDYS. It's been very expensive today. The run rate now coasting along, 7.65 runs an over. Partnership blossoming, 55 of 42. And we're full and wide, but just within the tram lines. 65 for 2. The score is coasting along now for service now of 8.4 overs. 𝗃𝗏𝗃 batting on 28 of 24. Try to pull that on the leg side. Just beat of bat. The umpire stretches his arms, calls that wide. Krishnanand continues to be expensive. 18 runs now of his 10 balls bowled. Played that off the front foot towards square leg. Just a single. He's happy with that. Projected score at the moment, 152. Both batsmen going great guns at the moment. The service now will definitely hope for a lot more than 152. Wicketkeeper now coming up to the stumps. Long on covers. Long off. Mid-wicket. The fielder's back. Delectable cut shot towards third man. Runs back for the second run. Fantastic running between the wickets from Gsௌtમ. That's super aggressive and super impressive. The end of the 9th over. The score moves on to 69 for 2. Gsௌtm now has caught up on the scoring rate. 22 of 21. 𝗃𝗲𝗃 29 of 25. Krishna Anand 2 overs, 21 for none. Arif back into the attack. 1 over, 10 runs for no wickets. Phenomenal cat and mouse game this. So the first 5-6 overs, Dr. Reddy's is definitely the happier of the two teams. But now the equation tilting slightly in service now favor because they've managed to make a strong comeback into this game. $69 for 2 at the end. Played that towards the covers region. They run through for a single. Very good batting again from 𝗃𝗲𝗃. He's definitely set for a big one here. It's just a matter of composure. If he's able to select his shots well, I think he'll be in for a big one. Gsௌtm, on the other hand, is also looking good now. 22 of 21. Just one boundary. That came courtesy of a misfield in the covers region. In spite of that, he's managed to catch up on the scoring rate. Tried to guide that past that short third man fielder. Beaten outside the off stump. No runs. Good bowling from Arif there. Good flight. Beating the batsman in the air. Into the stumps this time. Tight run. Oh, that was close again. Touch and go. There was a clean collection there. I'm sure the batsman would have found himself short. Let's take another look at that. It's taking that additional second to release the ball, which gave the batsman enough time to make his crease. A poor choice of shot from that time from 𝗃𝗲𝗃. A shortish ball could have easily been cut past the fielder at point. I think he had decided very early that he wanted to go for the switch hit. Missing it all ends up. Very lucky 𝗃𝗲𝗃 to get away with that. It's been a good comeback from Arif this over. Just 2 runs conceded. What a catch! Phenomenal take that at short cover. That was hit hard by 𝗃𝗲𝗃. But that fielder was in the right place. Just fumbled it for a second. I think that's 𝗬𝗶𝗃. Picked up a blinder of a catch. Phenomenal. It's an unbelievable piece of fielding that's brought in the downfall of 𝗃𝗲𝗃. We'll take a look at that at the replay while we cherish this inning from 𝗃𝗲𝗃. 30 runs. 30 of 27. 𝗃𝗲𝗃 walks back. You can see almost disbelief in his face. He can't believe that the fielder managed to hold on to that. That was a phenomenal take. The replay loading up on the screen now. Hit that hard, straight into his arms. 𝗬𝗶𝗃 fumbles it slightly and then holds on to that. No, that's Krishna, in fact, Krishna Anand. The bowler from the other end manages to pluck that out of thin air. Phenomenal catch to end the innings for 𝗃𝗲𝗃.
And that's the wicket that they have been looking for. And it's early break. Early drinks break in the innings. 71 for 3 after 9.4 overs.
Mohan Sai-Ram, the new batter out there in the middle. 70 matches for 945 runs. Average of 17, strike rate 133. Definitely not a mug with the bat. But what a piece of fielding that was. Phenomenal work from Krishnanand to bring his team back into this game, courtesy that brilliant catch. Hardly any reaction time there. Anyway, coming back to the action. The last ball of the over. That was mighty close. Arif showing his experience. Pulling it flatter and quicker outside the off stump. Pushing the batsman back in his crease and just beating him outside the off stump. Phenomenal over this from Arif. Just 2 runs and a wicket to bring his team back into this game. 71 for 3 at the end of 10 overs now. This match right in the balance. Let's reflect quickly on what we've seen in the first 10 overs. Rajat bowling really well, 3 overs, 12 for none. Vaibhav being the lucky bowler, 2 wickets, 20. Phenomenal bowling from him, got the ball to nip back in. Krishnanand has been expensive, 2 overs, 21 for none. And Arif picking up that wicket in that last over, 2 overs, 12 for 1. As far as service now is concerned, Mallesh, Sai Kumar, both of them were dismissed in the second over. Mallesh going for 7 of 7, Sai Kumar 1 of 2. Chakradhar batted really well, looked really confident while he lasted, 30 of 28. Scored outstandingly by Krishnanand. Bowled Arif. Gautam batting now 23 of 23. Mohan has just joined him in the middle, 0 for 1. Score for service now, 71 for 3 at the end of 10 overs as we have a change in bowling end. Extras have contributed as well, 10 extras so far. 5 leg byes, 1 bye, 1 no ball and 3 wides. PK, Pradeep Krishna Kumar, the new bowler into the attack. 217 matches for his 200 wickets. A lot of experience with PK. He's going to bowl right arm over the wicket from the highway end. Outside the off stump. Just nudge that towards short third man. And a single is on offer. So Mohan comes back on strike now. Not a cloud in the sky. Clear blue skies, as they say. Ideal weather for cricket. The pitch easing out now for sure. What that means is that as the day moves on, the ball will grip a little bit. It will offer some turn for the tweakers, for the spinners. Just try to hit that in the cover region. Inside edge towards long on. Just a single for Mohan. Defended it towards the bowler. The run through, cheeky single there. It's good running between the wickets. Played it with soft hands, just towards the bowler, but far enough from him so that they could complete the single. Drilled it past the bowler again towards long off, this time a single. Score has moved on to 75 for 3. Inside edge towards mid-wicket this time. No run on offer. This has been a good controlled start from PK. He's bowling well within himself. Not too much pace. Seems to be intent on keeping his line in length. And this time he's launched into it towards long on. The fielder watches that sail over his head. The first 6 of the innings comes up with that stroke. Very good hit from 𝗃𝗏. Takes the score to in the 80s. 81 for 3 at the end of 11 overs. That was a good patient over from the batting team. Waited for his opportunity. Waited for the ball to be floated up. The moment it was floated up to him, he launched himself into that stroke. New bowler into the attack is 𝗍𝗃𝗃𝗏. Eleven overs, 81 for 3. 𝗍𝗃𝗃𝗏 Awasthi, the new bowler. 105 wickets at an economy of just 7 runs an over. Starts off with a leg spinner. Interesting. Leg spinners are always fascinating to watch in the game of cricket. They're such a mixed bag. Generally, they bowl wrist spin, so they lack control. There you go. Full toss down the leg side. Looks like the umpire have already called that a no ball. Yes. So free hit. बाई का सिग्नल नहीं दिया ना? Signal by the umpire. Free hit. He's helped it on its way towards square leg. The fielder running across, but can't stop that. For good runs for 𝗃𝗏. So after having lost that wicket in the 10th, Service now have found some momentum back into this innings. 𝗍𝗃𝗃𝗏 Awasthi has bowled a couple of poor balls and he's been penalised for it. Change in field now for 𝗍𝗃𝗃. Square leg goes back, mid wicket goes back, long on stays back as well. So those are the 3 fielders in the deep on the leg side for them. And then there's also mid wicket inside the circle. Play and miss outside the off stump. Good comeback. That's where you ought to be as a leg spinner. You've got to pitch it on the stumps and get the ball to move away. 𝗍𝗃𝗃 managing to do that well on that occasion. Floated it slightly in the air. Good change of pace again from 𝗍𝗃𝗃. Good to see this. This is interesting cricket. 𝗃𝗏 was batting really well now. 35 of 28. 35 of 30 rather. Just a lag in the scorecard there. Once again defended. Luckily for 𝗃𝗏, non-striker sending him back. The last ball of the 12th. Played that towards mid-wicket. Once again a dot ball. So wonderful comeback. Post that free hit from 𝗍𝗃𝗃. 12 overs gone. 87 for 3. 86.
back, scored 16 in the last 2 overs. Back to the action.
Slightly over-pitched. He drags it, bit of misfield. And they went for the second run. A comfortable couple of runs for Mohan. They're maintaining the run rate over 7 runs now. And the projected score looking at close to 150 now at the moment. They still have 7 wickets in hand and close to 8 overs to go. A late cut, only for a single.
Too much risk for little reward there. Was mighty close to both the fielder at gully and also the outside edge. I think he got the top half of the bat there. Luckily for him, the ball managed to go down and not in the air. Played it in the air this time in the empty covers region. I think it's gone all the way for a beautiful 6. So 𝗃𝗏 continues to be aggressive. He brings up his second 6 of the innings. What a good shot that was. Just cleared his front foot, let his arm swing through the lines of ball and hit it over the covers region for a beautiful looking 6. Full toss. That's bisected the field perfectly between square leg and mid wicket, and that brings up the 100. 100 up. So service now with that stroke. A 100 for 3 of just 12.4 overs now. Service now are back and back how?
Well, they are back with the bang into the game. 𝗃𝗏 has taken a lot of time to accelerate the scoreboard. And then now he is going full flow. He's the only 6-hitter of the innings. A couple of maximums.
Educated edge, you call that. Just towards short third man for a single. Playing it with enough control so that the ball rolls on its way to that fielder. 46 now of 35. 𝗃𝗏 has batted really well. Kept his composure. Did not get bogged down by those dot balls that he faced earlier on in his innings. Arif ends the over with a dot ball. 13 gone, 101 for 3. Current run rate 7.77 and over. Projected rate 155. Service now will be looking to get to around 170 if they still have 7 wickets in their kitty. Dr. Reddy's on the other hand will try and keep them under 150 if they can. What way does the pendulum swing? We'll find out as we come back to the action. 7 overs left to go in this innings, Sam.
And there's another partnership in the building. 30 of 20 between these two, 𝗃𝗏 and Mohan. Major contribution is from 𝗃𝗏. And Mohan is giving a good support on the other end. And in fact, this is how the partnership built in the previous occasion as well. 𝗃𝗏 has taken a back step when 𝘃𝗶𝗃 was hitting boundaries. And after 𝘃𝗶𝗃 is gone, Gautam has taken the charge to accelerate the scoreboard, and he's doing well so far. He has become the highest scorer of this innings at the moment. 47 of 36, 3 short of his personal milestone of a half century. A crucial innings in a crucial game. That shows the maturity of a cricketer, putting all his experience to play here. 2 short, over covers, and the fielder at long off will not be able to cut it off. That's an invitation, a loose delivery for the batter. And Mohan gets his first boundary.
So 𝗍𝗃 is into the attack as a leg spinner. Like I was mentioning earlier, as a wrist spinner, it's always difficult to have control over your line and length. He's erred in length 2 or 3 times so far already in a second over, and every time he's erred, batsmen have taken toll. Once again a short ball, but this time hit straight to the fielder at cover. Lucky to get away with that 𝗍𝗃.
In fact, that one didn't carry to the fielder, who one bounced to him. The previous one that he has hit for a boundary. It's a similar kind of delivery, but oh, big appeal, and up goes the finger. Well, so far we've been looking at the loose deliveries. He had given that kind of an impression to the batter, and this time he tossed it up, a full toss, a flighted delivery, slotted it in the air, and Mohan fell for the trap. He's gone as a leg before wicket, and Service now lose their 4th wicket. 106 for 4 in 13.4 overs. And 𝗍𝗃 has broken the partnership here. He gets his first wicket. Mohan Sairam gone for 9 after facing 11 deliveries, which includes 1 boundary. And that brings Karthik into the middle.
Fantastic piece of bowling that from 𝗍𝗃. We saw that he was bowling short earlier on in the over, but that one he got it to be fuller, slower in the air, looped it. The batsman playing across the line, perhaps choosing the wrong shot, too full to be sweeping, as they say. But he went for the sweep, he missed the straight one, and the umpire had no hesitation in raising his finger. Stone dead, as they call that, right in front of his stumps, losing his wicket. A big breakthrough that for Dr. REDDYS, because that breaks a partnership. Whenever a partnership is broken, it gives so much more pressure to the set batter.
And that gives the confidence to the bowler as well.
For brilliant piece of bowling again. It looks like the fielding team are getting together to discuss if they should be reviewing this. Maybe they want to review the stumping call from the umpire. Not sure. That was mighty close to the off stump. We'll take a look at that on the replay to figure out what really happened there.
In fact, I think keeper did not collect. Yeah, he did, but the foot is grounded. It's very safe. 14 gone, 106 for 4 Service now.
New bowler into the attack, Rajshekhar Reddy. Bowling to Gautam, I think.
That's a little too away from the off stump. Keeper couldn't collect it. In fact, Gautam was appealing whether it could be given as wide. Oh, that should be a no ball. No, it's given as wide.
Interesting call that from the umpire. Not sure what transpired there. Batsman appealing, asking for that to be called a no ball, but the umpire says that's a wide.
I think it is still in the strip. So that's the reason why he has given it as wide. Well, top edge. Not enough pace on that delivery. A couple of runs they've taken. And going for the third. Well, a bit of confusion in the fielding side as well. Arif and Satish, if I'm not wrong.
Little lazy there from Arif. Collected that ball, simply needed to roll it back to the keeper. Tried to parry it to Satish. Conceded an extra run. Played that towards covers this time. And he's bowled him! Knocked over the middle pole. So 𝗃𝗏 there struggling to get a partner who can bat out with him for some time. Karthik comes, Karthik goes, 3 runs off his 4 balls. That was on the middle stump, played all around a straight delivery. And losing his wicket to Rajshekhar Reddy. Played that towards the cover boundary and the fielder can't stop that from going through. So Gyan starts his innings with the boundary on the offside. The first ball that he saves, he's managed to drill it past the cover fielder. 116 for 5. The Service now are not losing momentum in spite of having lost a couple of wickets. They still continue to be aggressive, and that's the way to be. Playing a miss outside the off stump on that occasion. Keeper collects. The end of the 15th over, 116 for 5. Rajshekhar, 9 runs conceded and picked up a wicket that over. 116 for 5 at the end of 15 overs. 𝗬𝗃𝗃 will continue. 𝗃𝗏 batting on 48 of 38. 𝗃𝗏 has just joined him in the middle, 4 runs of 2 balls. 𝗬𝗃 2 overs, 10 runs for a wicket. 𝗬𝗁𝗃𝗲 1 over 9 runs for a wicket. Last 5 overs of the innings to come up now. Starts off with a full ball on the off stump. 𝗃𝗏 drills that towards long off for a single. Batting on 49 now, 𝗃𝗏. That stroke brings 𝗃𝗏 back on strike. Projected score 154. I think Dr. Reddy's will be very happy if they're able to contain them under 150. The service now will be looking at 180. Fired that in. Umpire calls it a wide. It was well kept by the wicketkeeper because that was travelling at the rate of knots. Full ball that hits straight towards mid-wicket, who fumbles. Lets that go for a single or maybe a 2. Yes. Couple of misfields there. Conceding 2 runs. Well bowled by 𝗬𝗃 right in the block hole. Yeah, and doing very well to dig that one out. Every dot ball is extremely valuable for Dr. Reddy's because that brings pressure. Pressure brings wickets. Played that in the air, just wide of the fielder at mid-wicket there. A single again to 𝗃𝗏. 𝗃𝗏 batting on 49 of 39. What a good knock this has been from him. Striking at 125 per 100 balls. Came in at a time and struggled for a little while, but then batted really well in the second half of his innings. And he's bowled him! What a piece of bowling that is from 𝗬𝗃. Fantastic! That's the ball of the day. Pitched on leg stump, straight in. And 𝗃𝗏 had no answer to that. A batter who's batted for such a long time, 40 balls on the crease, he could not pick that. Phenomenal piece of cricket this from 𝗬𝗃. And 𝗃𝗏 has to go back with his head in disappointment. But really, when he looks at the replay, he'll realize that there's nothing that he could have done about that. That one drifted in, pitched on leg stump, and then floated away. A phenomenal piece of bowling from 𝗬𝗃 to pick up 𝗃𝗏. This will be a replay worth watching. You can see there the ball drifted in, almost landing on leg stump. 𝗬𝗃 trying to turn his bat towards mid-wicket. The ball moving away at the last second. Pitching on leg stump, moving away to hit the off stump. That's a dream ball for any right arm leg spinner. 𝗃𝗏 dismissed 49 of 40, played a very good innings for his team. Now that comes to an end. 𝗀𝗏𝗃, the new batsman, out in the middle. 3,300 runs at an average of 17 and a strike rate of 120. Match. Played that straight towards the fielder at cover. That's sloppy in the field. Should not have been a single there, but concedes one. 122 for 6 at the end of 16 overs. Rajshekhar Reddy back into the attack. Starts off with the dot ball. Hit that in the air towards long off. Fielder runs across, keeps it down to a single. Gyan batting on 7 of 5. He's got his innings off to a good start. Played that very well, whipped it off his feet in the gap between square leg and mid wicket. The ball is racing away. That's poor backing up from the fielding team. And 4 runs added to the score. So that's a rarity in cricket. Very rarely do you see 4 runs being conceded. On the field, that is. But Gyan managing to run 4 there. Just beating the fielder at square leg. Catching a breath on his haunches. Length ball played back to Rajshekhar. Dot ball again. Hit that over mid wicket. The fielder at the boundary runs around, keeps it down to maybe 2. Yes, good work there from Rajshekhar to cover that up. If that ball was travelling. Fiery throw coming in from the fielder in the deep. Seven runs so far in this over from Rajshekhar. Last ball coming up. Change in field. Mid-wicket fielder comes towards square leg. The fielder at square leg goes back towards mid-wicket. So just a swap in personnel. Playing a miss outside the off stump and appeal for stumping. Looks like the batsman had a foot grounded. The end of the 17th over, 129 for 6. Devesh bowling to Kshavinder, looks like. Yeah, Kshavinder, left-hander. Hits it powerfully past the bowler. At least a single. A single is all there will be there. Good cricket all round. Score moves past the 130 mark now. 130 for 6. The last 3 overs of the game. Service now will be hoping for at least 35 runs in this last 3 overs. I'll get them to about 165. Dr. Reddy's will want to keep them under 150. So limited to about 20 runs in the last 3. Beautifully bowled. Change in flight. Slightly flatter. Just a single. Right hand, left hand combination, never easy for the bowling team to keep adjusting your fielders at all times. Once again, a call for 2, but the batsman slipping at the non-striker's end. Interesting actually for the left-hander. There was a slip in place so late in the game. It's not what you expect to see. Short ball, punch pass back the bowler. Just a single. So 4 balls, 4 singles this over. Dr. Reddy's will be really happy with that. As long as they're able to keep things tight, Dr. Reddy's will relish it. See once again, left armour. The slip comes up. Interesting. Hit it in the air towards mid-wicket. Fielder settling under it. Judges it to perfection. 𝗬𝗃𝗃𝗃 picks up his 3rd wicket. And 𝗀𝗃𝗃 goes. 𝗀𝗃𝗃 is dismissed for just 4 runs of his 6 balls faced. And 𝗬𝗃𝗃 picks up another wicket. Service now 133 for 7. 𝗬𝗃𝗃 3.5 overs, 20 runs for 3 wickets. So he's had a really good day in the field. Gyan, 15 of 11. He just needs to find a way to keep himself back on strike as much as he can for as long as he can. The new batter out there in the middle for service now is 𝗵𝗃𝗃. 𝗵𝗃𝗃, 670 runs at an average of 15.6, strike rate of 107. So he's no mug with the bat. It's a kind of score that's an in-between score. I think Dr. Reddy's will definitely be the happier of the 2 teams at the moment. 133 for 7. If they're able to keep it under 150, I think they'll feel that they've done a good job. I know that at the toss, the captain was speaking about 120. But practically anything between 130 and 150, I think, is a good target to chase on this ground, on this pitch. Anyway, for the moment, 𝗬𝗃𝗃 comes back to bowl his last ball to 𝗵𝗃𝗃, who's also a left-hander. Short ball inside the stumps, played it towards covers. Once again, the fielder misfields, concedes the extra run. So in the story of the day for Dr. Reddy's, they've had quite a few misfields and they've conceded a few extra runs. For the end of the 18th, 135 for 7. 18 overs bowled.
It's a strong comeback by Dr. Reddy's corporate, getting those wickets in the middle overs. Yes, they may have come a little late in the game, in the innings. I think the batter made it. Good effort though by the keeper. A very good batting in the middle by Chakrathar and Gautam, who fell 1 run short of his half century. Has been bowled for a brilliant delivery from 𝗍𝗃. After that, not much contribution from other batters. Gyan is still in the middle, 16 of 12. Two is a call. And they may go for 3.
I think the 3 was always on there. The fielder had to cover some distance, and then the large throw there from the boundary rope. It's a good judgment by the 2 batters. Interestingly or importantly, that also brings Gyan back on strike. It's the senior of the 2 batters there, 16 of 12. Although Abhishek has looked good for the 2 balls that he's played. Really interesting phase of the game this. 139 for 7, just 10 balls left to go in this innings. What score do you think Service Now will be happy with, Sam?
If they can go to 165, 170 would be great, but that looks unlikely. A lot of running between the wickets for them. Well, that's another sportsmanship spirit by the fielder. He knows he has touched the boundary rope. The effort was good, but not good enough to stop that ball within the boundary line. Useful runs for Service Now.
Gyan now batting on 20 of 13. Scoring great guns.
Better length this time.
Full into the block hole, just a single towards mid-wicket. 144 for 7 with that single. Last 2 balls of the over coming up.
That's up in the air, but that may be safe. Another couple of runs. In fact, this left-hand, right-hand combination at this stage of the innings is working out well for Service Now.
Abhishek reminds me of 𝗪𝗪 Jaiswal, the way he stands. Also a tall, lanky batter. Likes to clear the leg side and hit it on the off side. Very similar to 𝗪𝗪 Jaiswal, I would say, in his stance and in his approach.
Cleaned him up. Off stump is uprooted. Well, full swing of the bat, not much control at all. And the first wicket for Rajat, that comes on the last ball of his spell and last ball of the 19th over. Good contribution from Abhishek. And that partnership has come to an end. Abhishek gone for 7 after facing 4 deliveries. This is expected to see a batter playing this kind of shot at this stage because only 6 more legal deliveries to go in this innings. After 19 overs, 146 for 8 Service Now.
Really good bowling from Rajat. Good reward for a long toiled day out in the field. He bowled 4 overs without a lot of luck, but picked up a wicket off his final ball. That takes his tournament tally to 11 wickets, Rajat. think that he will end at number 2 at the moment on the wicket takers club. The last over, that means 𝗬𝗶𝗃𝗃 comes back into the attack. 𝗬𝗶𝗃𝗃, who got some exceptional bounce in his first spell, will finish the innings for Dr. Reddy's. And service now will hope to get at least 14 runs this over to try and get to a score of 160. The good news for them is that 𝗀𝗃 is on strike. He's batting well, 21 of 14 balls. 𝗬𝗃𝗃 bowling to 𝗀𝗃.
And 𝗵𝗏 Singh is the new batter who is at the non-striker's end. And what a delivery! Brilliant! Brilliant from 𝗬𝗃𝗃. Well, he has got a couple of wickets earlier, and now, as expected, is the one who has the ball to bowl the last over of this innings, and he bowled 𝗀𝗃 with a brilliant delivery. Deceived him with the pace. It was coming into him. He had no idea how to play that. It was practically unplayable ball. 21 for Abhishek after facing 21 for 𝗀𝗃 after facing 15 deliveries.
Phenomenal that really from 𝗬𝗃𝗃. It's not easy when you're coming back. Remember, he bowled his last over. That was the 6th over of the innings. So coming back after a gap of 13 overs and landing the first ball on the money. The first ball of his return spell, he lands it on the money, gets the ball to nip back off the surface, pad, then the stump. And 𝗀𝗃 can only walk back with disappointment. The last wicket now for service now. Last combination, Manohar and Vikas are the two batters out in the middle. Both of them have not faced a ball yet. Manohar looks to be another left-hander. For 4 or 5 left-handers in the team for service now, that's interesting. Very rarely do we see that in an Indian batting team. Anyway, 𝗬𝗃𝗃, 3.1 overs, 20 runs for 3 wickets. What a spell we've seen from him. Devesh also picked up 3 wickets earlier today. But both bowlers have been phenomenal.
Last man in the middle. Well, useful runs. He just moved the third man lot straighter. Deep third. Expecting some edge. But Manohar played it very well with full control. Deep backward point.
The 150 up for service now with that stroke. An edge, but not going in the direction that the bowling team would have hoped for.
They should be happy with this score. A respectable score. In fact, a defendable score at the moment. Another slightly slower delivery. A short pitch one. Similar to the first delivery, what he played. But I think here Manohar played it a little too early. Couldn't time it well. Wanted to play towards a deep mid-wicket. Ended up playing straight back to the bowler.
Outside edge. Fielder at third man this time does the business.
And this is the reason why he has moved the fielder from wider deep third to lot straighter, almost behind keeper.
We've seen all day from 𝗬𝗃𝗃. He's managed to get the ball to bounce. When you get the bounce, you'll typically get the outside half of the bat. So Manohar, 5 of 3, and that brings Vikas Singh on strike for the first time today. Right-hander Vikas Singh. Right arm over the wicket from 𝗬𝗃𝗃.
Slightly shorter, outside the off stump, no contact with the bat, straight into the keeper's gloves. A valuable dot ball from Dr. Reddy's point of view. And last ball of this innings, if it's a legal one. Brilliant. Should be a wicket. Oh no. Well, what do you call this? Comedy of errors?
Pressure does silly things to you in cricket. But the good news for Dr. Reddy's is that didn't cost them a lot. Just a single or a bye conceded of that last ball. So 152 or 153, I think. Yeah, 152 for 9 the score. At the end of 20 overs for service now. I think that's a good score, but I think it's a score that Dr. Reddy's will also be pleased with. I think it's a score that they'll feel that they can chase. Service now at the same time will feel like they have enough on the board to defend. Whether or not they do, we'll find out in about 10 minutes time when we return with the action. Stay tuned, stay connected with us for the second half of this game between Dr. Reddy's and Service now.
Hello once again and welcome back to the chase of this Gold Cup final of MVL Pure Corporate Cricket Championship Edition 2, organized by MVL Broadcasting and Production. And this match is being played at 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃 Cricket Ground, Hyderabad. This Gold Cup final is between Service Now and Dr. Reddy's. Here goes the first ball and run straight away. Dr. Reddy's is chasing a total of 152. They need 153 runs to win this Gold Cup final.
Kavinder opening the bowling for Service Now. Pradeep Dhanraj facing the first ball inside edge towards short fine leg. Run through for a single. Welcome back, Sam, to the commentary box.
Thanks, Idris. And both the openers are off the mark.
Average score on the 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃 Cricket Ground, basis the statistics in front of us, are 147. So Dr. Reddy is not too far away from the average score needed to win this game.
Once again, inside edge. Pradeep wanted a single. However, Alok didn't want to take the risk. Keeper was very close to the ball, so he denied for that single. They don't want to take any risk in the beginning of the innings. They know how crucial this power play is. Extra bounce.
Play and miss outside the off stump. Nice, good bowling from Kavinder. He's keeping things tight. Left arm over the wicket, always a difficult angle for a right-hander to face. The ball always seems to be going away from you. Then the occasional one that holds it line or comes back in even marginally brings in a dismissal. Full on the off stump, driven towards the fielder at short cover. Some fancy footwork to stop that ball. No runs on offer. So good start really. So Service Now, just 2 runs conceded in the first 5 balls this over.
Another quick run. No direct throw. Just 3 runs of the first over. Dr. Reddy's.
Let's take a look at the replay of that last run, because I think that was very tight. The fielder at point collected the ball. One action, threw it away. Interesting to see how far away was the batter from the crease when the throw came in. Oh, that was touch and go. I think he may have been shot. Maybe half a chance. 𝗏𝗏 Singh now comes into the attack. 240 wickets in 197 games. Economy of just 7 runs and over. Those are really good stats for 𝗏𝗏.
Spin is introduced very early in the innings. One of the highest wicket takers of the side. It's up in the air and over the infield. Not enough timing on it. Only for a couple of runs. 𝗏𝗏 Singh comes into bowl. Right arm off break bowler. 239 wickets in 197 matches. Economy of 7.19. Best being 6 for 14.
Another full ball. Beat the batsman this time. Keeper failing to collect, but no damage done. It's a really good start from Service Now. The interesting thing is that they managed to hold their line in length so far in the innings.
Well, that looks like a googly. Batter waited for the ball to turn into him. But it turned out to be the other way around. Another fuller line delivery. Well bowled.
Driven towards mid-off. No run on offer on that occasion. Similar ball, similar shot, same result. Another dot ball.
Last ball of the over. Flighted delivery. Once again, could not find the gap through that defense. Excellent over. Just 2 runs from it. 2 overs completed, 5 for no loss.
The third over in action starts off again with a dot ball. Played that in the gap towards mid-wicket. Just a single on offer. This is good bowling. Bowling to their fields, keeping things tight. Asking Dr. Reddy's to take all the risks. And so far, Service Now is doing really well.
Once again, a slower delivery. The batter played a little early. Couldn't time it well. A lot of dot deliveries, a lot of dot balls in the innings so far. Very well done by the keeper. There's a huge wide down the leg side. He dives, a full length dive to his left and saved the boundary.
Acrobatic stuff from the wicket-keeper there, covering good ground. Looks like that's Sai, the captain, who has the gloves in his hand.
Batters are struggling to time the ball and also get some runs. This is not the kind of start they have been expecting. And now Kavinder is coming around the wicket. Not sure why. Over the wicket is working out well for him so far. That's up in the air and in the gap. That may be the first boundary. Yes, it is. Have to see, will he come over the wicket this time or will he continue to bowl from around the wicket? As long as he bowled over the wicket, the line was working out well. Only one delivery that he lost control of. which went down the leg side for a wide, and immediately he bowled well, got the line right, but when he changed the side from around the wicket, he's been hit for boundary. Now he comes over the wicket.
Once again, tried to hit that in that similar region. Got the inside of the bat. Back to the bowler. No runs on offer. The end of 3 overs, the score has moved on to 11 for the loss of no wickets. 142 needed now in 102 balls. Karthik looks like the new bowler in the attack. For service now. He'll be bowling to Alok Joshi, who's batting on 2 of 3. The other in Pradeep is batting on 8 of 15. Starts off with a wide outside the off jump, giving the umpire some exercise. Only the second wide of the inning so far.
Adjusted the line well on the second delivery, or rather technically that's the first legal delivery of the over. Played with soft hands towards deep backward square leg for a single. Alok. Now the boundary riders are at deep fine leg and deep point cover. A bit of fumble by the fielder and a quick run between the wickets. Now there are 5 fielders guarding the offside within the 30-yard circle. And a boundary rider at deep point. And 3 fielders on the onside, mid-on, mid-wicket and deep fine leg.
Open the face of the bat, played that towards point.
Full toss in the air, but no chance for the fielder. Was lucky on that occasion. Alok.
Outside half of the bat, just evading the fielder at cover point there. Very lucky to get away with that. Alok now batting on 4 of 5, Pradeep 9 of 16. This time he's helped it on its way towards the fine leg region. There's a fielder deployed there, keeps it down to a single.
Good to see the bowlers are bowling according to the field set. He wouldn't mind even if it goes for a wide towards the offside. But they are very conscious about that leg stump line. Another wide of the offside.
You called it, Sam. You asked for it, and there you have it. More exercise for our umpire. 17 for none of 2.4, 3.4.
Now change in the field. Deep point fielder is pulled in, and the fielder is pushed at deep third. Or rather, deep backward point.
Outside edge again, but straight to the fielder at short third. I think the stark difference between the two innings has been the running between the wickets, Sam. Dr. Service now are willing to play with soft hands and run a few very quick singles. Dr. Reddy, on the other hand, seem to be interested in playing big strokes, not as much interested in rotating the strike, which has resulted in a few dot balls for them. The end of 4 overs, 17 for none, 136 now needed in 96 balls.
That's up in the air and over the fielder at mid-off. And that goes for 4 as well. A boundary to start the over with. A welcome boundary for Dr. REDDYS.
Just the second boundary of this inning so far. Just beat that fielder at mid-off. This time he's played it in the air towards the fielder at long on. Luckily for the batter, just falling short of that fielder. On the bounce for the single.
I think none of these shots were played with full control. First one was almost a catch, going over the head of the mid-off fielder. This one, he played a sweep shot. It was in the air, falling short of the fielder at long on. A low on strike. He tries to take on the spinner.
You can sense that there's some frustration coming in from the Dr. REDDYS camp. They're egging their batsmen on, asking them to run for the quick singles. But really, you've got to give it to service now. I think the bowlers are bowling to their field and keeping things really tight.
That's in the air and taken. Well, a simple catch. I would say it's a catching practice. And this is what happens when people sitting outside the boundary rope in the dugout, when they try to pressurize the batter.
You're right about that, Sam. I think there was definitely pressure being created from the fielders inside the ground, and also the players outside the boundary rope. How important was that single of the last ball? There was a running opportunity there. The batsman decided not to run. And as it so often happens in cricket, little things make huge differences. If they had chosen to take that single there, maybe it would have been a different outcome this ball. It would have been a different batter on strike. But that's not what they did. They chose not to run that single. The batsman played the next one in the air, hit it straight to the fielder at covers gobbles it up. First wicket goes down. And Service now are making a very strong statement early on in the second innings of the game.
Rohan replaces Alok in the middle. He'll be facing the last ball of this over. For Vikas Singh, there's an extra player guarding on the onside. Only 4 fielders are on the offside. 3 in the leg. And he goes straight away, edged. He opens his account in style with a boundary.
Outside edge, really. Moral victory for the bowler on that occasion. But the scoreboard will still show that as 4 runs and 4 welcome runs for Dr. REDDYS. Batsman will be happy with that. Rohan it is on strike, who starts off his innings with a boundary. Sam, my reading, and please tell me if I'm reading too much into this, but it looks like Dr. REDDYS are lacking some intent, especially with their running between the wickets. It looks like it's going to be big shots and nothing for them.
I beg to differ in this a bit, because this is an important match, Gold Cup final. We all know, in fact, even the captain knows, everybody knows, their bowling is very strong, but their batting is not as strong as their bowling, and they don't want to lose wickets early in the innings. Yes, there are certain chances to get more runs, particularly in the power play, but the fielding is very good. There's an attacking field set on the offside, particularly when the fast bowlers come in. And the bowlers are also doing a decent job. There were a couple of wides here and there, but they haven't bowled too many loose deliveries. So it's a very good bowling attack they're playing against. So they should be equally playing well. And an excellent shot. A boundary of the first ball of this over.
That's a good attacking stroke from the batter. Yeah, so I'm just coming back to my earlier comment, right? I think my question more is in terms of intent. I think especially when it comes to running between the wickets, I think there just seems to be a general lax right now for Dr. REDDYS. They don't seem to be too eager to be running those singles. They're happy scoring the big shots, playing the big shots. But it's just that I'd like to see a little more enthusiasm and excitement between the wickets from them.
Now, you can see this run, particularly played with soft hands, early call.
Love to see that, really. Whenever a team is batting, I really like to see some enthusiasm, some energy between the wickets. Even if it's a no, right? But there have to be the first couple of steps taken towards the bowler with aggression. That's really something that excites me about a batting team.
And coordination is very, very important. Calling, trusting your partner. Well.
Run
It's
out.
Definitely an opportunity.
The wicket-keeper just not collecting the ball there. If he had collected, I think run-out opportunity was definitely on. Maybe he just failed to see that the batsman was so far out of the crease. Maybe a little bit laxy-daisy in his approach there, the wicket-keeper, Sai, the captain.
And I think wicket-keeper went a little too far from the stumps back. So it's not in his arc. After collecting the ball, he cannot take the bails off. He went too back. So after collecting, he had to throw it onto the stumps. That's a wide down the leg side. Sure, the batter is disappointed with himself because that's an easy picking. It's not a huge wide down the leg side, but a slight nick would have given him a boundary.
Played it towards mid-wicket on that occasion. Once again, happy to not take a single there. Let's take a look at the replay of that run-out effort. Throw comes in from the deep. Very well fielded originally. This time, nudging it towards fine leg. Once again, happy with a single. That was another one where I think they could have pushed the fielder for two. Not a strong throw coming in from the deep. So when we took a look at that replay, wicketkeeper did have a chance of catching that. Failing to do so. Just trying to throw that ball to his stumps even without collecting it. Maybe he didn't realize how much time he had. The batsman was short of his crease, but still in a rush. So missing out on a run-out opportunity for his team there, 𝘂.
Well, it's a high-pressure game. You know, these things would happen. But whoever keeps their nerves calm, who plays with the good presence of mind, they win.
Change in field comes up for that last ball. Fine leg had come into short fine leg. Long off had moved back, but didn't matter because the batsman was beaten outside the off stump. 6 overs gone, 35 for 1 the score. 118 runs needed now of 84 balls. Back to the action. 𝘂 marshalling his fielders, asking the point fielder to move a little squarer. The field at the end of the power play. Square leg, mid-wicket, long on, long off, and deep point. Those are the 5 outside. We have a left armour pulling in from around the wicket. Single to start proceedings.
Flighted delivery. Play to 𝗃𝗂𝗹, who misjudged. He ran a little too early, too far. Later realized the ball is turning. Excellent shot by Roshan.
𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃
It's Rohan.
playing on 8 of 6. Pradeep is long off, just a single. Yes, no again. This time, non-striker sent him back firmly. No run is on offer. Slow ball flighted in the air within the stumps. I think that's Pradeep that pushed it back towards long on for a single.
Comes down the track, plays it over the fielder. But there's a fielder in the deep as well. Through the covers.
Once again, there was an opportunity for two there. The batsman comfortable with a single. A lot of ground that the fielder needed to cover to get that ball back. 52 for 1. $53 for 1. Slight delay in the scorecard being updated.
That's in the air. Catch it is a call. Once again, misjudged at long on. That goes for 4. One bounce into the rope. Fielding in the deep is not up to their standards today. A couple of boundaries have been gone. One is at deep cover point, and this one at deep at long on. Runs flowing now.
57 for 1 at the end of 8 overs. Rohan going on 15 of 10. Pradeep 33 of 29. So both batsmen now scoring quite well, quite briskly. The current run rate 7.1, required rate 8. Bowler name is what the scorer here is looking for. Things are finally sorted with the scoring. 57 for 1. The last ball of the 8th over now about to be bowled. Pradeep will be facing Mallesh. Mallesh has conceded 10 runs off his 5 balls this over. And he's managed to bowl him with the slow one. Lands it on leg stump. How often do we see this again in cricket? A slight distraction for the batters there. That hold up in play. And that loss of concentration brings in a wicket. 57 for 2 at the end of 8 overs. Rohan Kaushik 11 of 10. Krishnanand has just joined him, not of not. Full ball played in the air around the covers region. Just a single.
The current run rate is 7.1 and the required is 8.03. Looking at the equation, 95 runs needed from 71 deliveries. The game is pretty much in balance at the moment. Edged, that's in the air. And the bowler had no idea where it was. He had to run backwards. It was very high in the air.
Running
The batter was
backwards.
lucky.
Yeah, very lucky. Running backwards the bowler, but he had no sight of the ball. Had no idea where that was going. Very lucky to get away with that, Krishnanand.
Punch straight onto the back foot. Single to long on. Both teams have equal chances to win this game from here on. But I think Service now has a slight edge. They've got a couple of wickets already. If they manage to get a wicket or two under 10 overs, that will put the batting team under pressure.
I'll tell you how close this game is, Sam. If you look at the DLF par score at the moment, it's exactly 60 runs. And they're playing on 60 for 2 of 8.4 overs. So at the moment, things are tied. Because, as you know, with DLF, you need to exceed that score by 1 run in order to win that game. So at the moment, the scores are tied. That is how close this contest is, and that is what we expect of a final. Goes for the big one, flays it towards mid-wicket. There's a fielder there in the deep. Once again, keeps it down to 1. That should have been 2 runs all day long. It's a very long boundary. The throw takes a while to come back. I'm sorry to say, but the running between the wickets for Dr. Reddy's today has been disappointing.
And you predicted that early in the innings, Idris.
For the end of the 9th over, the score moves on to 62 for 2. Just a tad under 7 runs an over, 6.89. 91 more runs are needed. Played in the empty region between mid-wicket and long on. Well-needed boundary for Dr. Reddy's. 66 for 2 now with that stroke from Rohan. And he moves on to 18 runs for 14 balls.
Maybe off the pads? No, it's off the bat.
Beautifully played by the batter there. Just got inside the line of the ball, used his wrist to good effect, and just flicked it, helped it on its way. the empty region. There's a huge gap. You can see that all the way from square leg to short third man, almost 120-degree radius. Huge gap on the field, and the batsman utilizing that to good advantage. There's no fielder still in the fine leg region.
Should be a wide. This one is turning out to be a very good over for Dr. Reddy's.
Over.
9 runs from 2 deliveries.
Overcompensating the bowler on that occasion after having drifted down the leg. Too far wide down the off. Played it in the long gone direction this time. A couple of bounces straight to the fielder. Happy with the single.
All the 3 fielders on the leg side are on the boundary line. There's no one to save the singles. No one in the 30-yard circle. That gives a little bit freedom to the batters to go for it towards the leg side.
Absolutely. Any inside edge will be at least a single on the leg side. This time he's played it towards long on. It's in the air. The fielder runs around and takes a fabulous catch. Wonderful piece of cricket that. He ran in at full tilt and managed to hold on at around wave height. And 𝗀𝗃𝗃 is playing really well. 23 of 16 balls. His innings comes to an end courtesy that good catch. Malesh picks up his 2nd wicket. A big blow this coming towards the end of the 10th over mark. Remember, this was exactly the score when I think Service Now had also lost their 3rd wicket, 71 for 3. I think their score was at 9.5 overs. Dr. Reddy's just marginally ahead, 73 for 3.
And this could be the chance for Service Now to bounce back. I was talking about getting a wicket or 2 under 10 overs. They've got one here. And they'll be taking a short drinks break. Before that break, 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃 gone for 23. And Dr. Reddy is 73 for 3 in 9.5 overs. A short drinks break.
Seen some good batting so far in this innings. Pradeep, 36 of 30. Rohan, 23 of 17. Both batsmen playing well. 73 for 3 of 9.5 overs. Once again, it's so close, this game, to call. Like I just reminded you a couple of moments ago. Exactly at this time, Service Now had also lost their 3rd wicket. They were at 71 for 3 for just 2 runs ahead. Dr. Reddy's on the scorecard, having lost exactly 3 wickets at the identical moment. Dr. Reddy's throwing a fight here. Service Now had the great advantage. I think Gopal was batting really well for them, although they had lost a wicket, but 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃 was batting really well, who took them to that score of over 150. Somebody from the Dr. Reddy's team will also need to stand up if they want to contest the score, if they want to chase it and make a match out of it. The sad news for them is that both batters out there in the middle are new to the crease.
And the wicket taker, Malesh Yadav, has been a bit expensive today. However, he managed to get both the high scorers. Opener Pradeep Dhanraj, who made 36 runs in 30 deliveries. The skipper. And also has got the wicket of 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃, 23 of 17.
Satish, the new batter, out in the middle. Average of 24, strike rate of 100. A good enough stat for him, considering the equation that is needed right now. Current run rate 7.4, required run rate 7.9. Satish facing. Abandoned his run-up on that occasion.
Last ball of the over. Good defense. A single of the first ball that he faced, Satish. And he's off the mark. halfway through the innings. Dr. Reddy's 74 for 3.
74 for 3 of 10. They need 79 of the next 10 to win this game, Dr. Reddy's. Service now will feel that after having picked that wicket of the penultimate ball of the 10th over, they are back in with a chance. If they can manage to pull 1 or 2 more wickets here, then they will have Dr. Reddy from the back foot. So this game is in the balance. We hope that you're enjoying this telecast brought to you by Team MVL. Wonderful pictures stitched together by our expert in the commentary box here, presenting you with wonderful insights, statistics, replays, the full Monty. My co-commentator Sam is entertaining as well in the commentary box. We hope that you're enjoying the pictures that we are presenting you. If you do enjoy these pictures, do leave us a review on Crick Heroes. 11th over of the game just about to begin. 𝘂, the captain, marshalling his resources from behind the stumps.
Change of sides. Manohar continues. About 2 overs, conceded 17 runs earlier with the economy of 8.5.
It was not very well timed by Satish, but got enough bat on it for a single towards mid-off. Really tall batter Krishnanand. Did not have a good day with the ball in hand. Went for 21 of his 2 overs. Driven towards the cover fielder, run through for a single. Like to see that. I like to see that urgency, the running between the wickets. It's always a positive sign for a batter. Looks like, you're out there to score runs when you show that intent. Anyway, Satish, 2 of 2. Go for the big one, launches it. Oh, long on, a huge 6. What a big shot that is. And exactly as we saw in the first inning from Service Now, the 11th over was when the first 6 was hit. Dr. Reddy says, whatever you can do, we can do better. And Satish scores his first 6 towards the long on region. What a good shot that was.
So there's a lot of similarities compared to the first innings. In fact, the first innings and the second innings are going in hand. Misjudged, misfailed. That may run for boundary. No, yes, it does. Goes with a turtle pace.
The fielder completely wrong-footed. That ball did spin a little bit, so I feel a little bit bad for that fielder there. He had overrun the ball spinning away from him after a couple of bounces. You can see there, really very little he could have done about that. Just lost his footing. And before the fielder could have recovered, the ball had crawled over the boundary rope. So very good result for Dr. Reddy. It's a 6 and a 4, back to back.
Don't want to be negative about it, about my thought towards the batting side, but is there a wicket around the corner? Because if you see in the previous over as well, the over started with a couple of boundaries back to back.
See if Sam is able to work the commentator's curse from the box. You almost did, Sam. Halfway there.
Well, I'm lucky today because there's no curse, no commentator's curse on this occasion. The over is finished. 11 gone, 86 for 3. More 67 runs needed from 54 deliveries with a required rate of 7.44. For the first time, I think the current run rate surpassed the required run rate. That was a huge over. In fact, both the overs, the previous one, end of 10th over and the 11th over, got 12 runs each. that helped them improve their current run rate.
So in any other game, you'd say that the batting team were favourites, but because this is the final and there's this pressure of scoring those runs, still think Service now have a good chance in this game here. Just beat mid-wicket there with that pull shot. The ball is racing towards the boundary rope, but there's a fielder deployed at long on, who keeps it down to a single. So Vikas Singh bowling his third over. He's gone for just 12 runs of his 2.1 overs and has picked up a wicket. I think he had opened the bowling as well for them. Beautifully played towards the cover fielder. Very safe stroke that. No risk from Krishnanand. Just nudges it on its way to the fielder at covers and runs through for a single.
Well, edge, more runs, and that could be boundary as well. Yes, it is. Fortune favors the brave.
As far as I know, Sam, I think cricket is the only sport where this can happen, where you get a moral victory as a bowler, but you end up conceding 4 runs. I don't think there is any other sport where luck or a false stroke can get you a positive result. I think cricket is the only sport where this is possible.
There may be other sports as well, but the chances of getting them is more in this game. Maybe like in golf.
Flicked it towards square leg. The fielder runs across. Yes, but that's a long boundary. Very good running between the wickets. This is what makes me happy. And I see aggressive running between the wickets. I'm always delighted.
And the dugout comes alive. You can hear a lot of cheers, a lot of noise from the dugout of Dr. Reddy's. Lower full toss, drives to long off for a single. The team is particularly happy with this partnership, which went to 22 from 12 deliveries.
The end of the 12th over, the score moves on to 96 for 3 for scoring at exactly 8 runs an over. 57 needed of 48 balls to win this game. Dr. Reddy is laying a good claim now for the Gold Cup final. Just needing 57 runs for 48 balls at 7.1 runs and over. Service now in desperate need of a wicket here. Punched it towards cover. The fielder, just enough excitement. Lost control of a straightforward fielding effort, conceding 2 runs there. The wheels falling off for Service now. 98 for 3. Girish, the new bowler in the attack. Thin, tall, lanky bowler, bowling right arm over the wicket. Off spin. He's cut that powerfully. What a wonderful fielding effort that was at cover point. Got both hands on it. Unfortunately, just burst through his fingers.
Well, that could have been the catch of the match, or in fact, the catch of the tournament. It was very quick to follow the ball.
Catches win matches, they say. On that occasion, that catch was missed. Will that mean the match? Only time shall tell. This time punched off the front foot towards the covers region in the deep. Happy with a single. 100 comes up for Dr. Reddy's with that stroke. 100 for 3 of just 75 balls. 53 runs needed now of 45 balls to win this game for them.
Too much width for the batter, but he couldn't find the gap through the offside. Only for a single.
Batsman taking a second. He's gathering his thoughts together. Ready to go again. 13 of 10, Krishnanand. Once again, just played it off soft hands in the covers region. Extremely good batting there from Krishnanand.
And that's a good delivery as well. Not giving width on that occasion. He tried to bowl stump to stump. The batter had no other option than playing defensively. But now that goes very high in the air. Chance here. And taken at long on. And this could be the turning point of the game.
What a good catch that was. Phenomenal piece of cricket on the outfield. Judged it to perfection. Moved back. Steadied himself under the ball. And Satish, who was looking really good, 18 of just 11 balls, has lost his wicket trying to hit his team out. 18 of 12. Satish goes back. 102 for 4 Dr. Reddy's. If this game back in the balance.
The 29-run partnership has been broken. This could really change the rhythm for Dr. Reddy's. This clears the front foot, full swing of the bat, but didn't read the pace. I think he played a little too early. Comes from the bottom of the bat.
Bat face just closing in his hand when he tried to play that, which meant that the bottom of the bat hit that. Long way in the air, but not enough distance on it. Really good catch in the deep. The fielder was 𝗀𝗏𝗪𝗏. After that wonderful batting innings from him, 49 of 40, 𝗀𝗏𝗪𝗏 takes that very good catch to dismiss Satish. And gives Girish his first wicket. 1 over 6 for 1 now for Girish.
51 needed from 42. Not difficult. Not difficult at the moment, but wickets are crucial for Dr. Reddy's.
Vikas Singh into the attack. Think to bowl his final over. He's picked up 1 wicket already. Conceded just 21 runs. Cut powerfully from the crease. That ball is travelling quickly towards the fielder at deep cover. And that's good running between the wickets by the two batters. This has been the order of the day for them. They need to find a way to convert those 1s to 2s when they have the opportunity. Doing it well on that occasion. Krishnanand, the batter, coming back for the second run.
Lower full toss. Nicely driven for a single. And that brings the new batter, Karthi, onto strike. Karthi over 1,500 runs in 104 matches. Striking close to 100.
That's pretty much the order of the day for them. That's all they need from him. If that's what he's able to get today, the team will be really happy. Service now will have other expectations. Beautifully bowled. Oh, that's a delayed appeal from the bowler. Almost forgot about it. And as an afterthought, appealed for the leg before. Comical things sometimes happen in the game of cricket. The score, by the way, has moved on to 106 for 4. 47 now needed of 39. 7.2 runs and over needed. Beautifully played. Just turned, helped it on its way towards square leg. But this time Krishnanand is happy with a single.
Edged and straight to the fielder at backward point. Is off the mark already and facing the last delivery of the over.
An appeal for leg before and the umpire raises his finger. Karthi looks distraught. That was right in front. He went on the back foot, wanted to turn it towards the leg side. But when you miss a straight ball, and you only have yourself to blame. So Vikas picks up his second wicket of his last ball of the spell. 4 overs, 26 for 2 for Vikas. And Dr. Reddy is now getting another blow, 5 wickets down. Krishnanand, the lone warrior for them out there in the middle, 18 of 14. And Karthi dismissed, 1 of 3.
Well, Dr. Reddy's lost half their side for 107. Still 6 more overs to go and 46 runs needed. Middle. Arif joins Krishnanand in the middle. Very experienced bowler. Made over 3,000 runs in his career in 265 matches with a strike rate of 102.7. He looks promising.
Temperament that matters. Time like this. Game is in the balance. Just need 45 of 36 balls. Whoever manages to hold their nerve will take this cup home. Krishnanand on strike. Tall, lanky Krishnanand. He's towering over everybody else in the field there in the middle.
Well. Looks like that's almost a premeditated shot. He read the line early and he wanted to play a cross-batted shot. Misses it. He's lucky that that didn't go onto the stumps.
Very lucky. You're right about that, Sam. That missed the leg stump by a whisker. And 𝘊 was there ready in a flash to dislodge the bails. Luckily for him, he never lost his footing. Arif now on strike for the first time this innings.
And he's off the mark with that risky single.
That was tight. Hit straight to cover. But he went with the shot. Just ran straight away Arif. A poor throw meant that he made it ground comfortably. 109 for 5 or 14.3 now. 44 needed of 33. Every ball seems like an event at the moment, Sam. Pulled off the back foot towards the mid-wicket region, just a single towards long on.
If service now managed to get a wicket in an over or two, that would be an edge for them their chances of winning this game will be a lot more higher. Now that's up in the air. Bowler comes underneath it, but he never looked comfortable. I hope he's okay. The ball bounced and hit him on his face. That's a nasty blow.
Not sure if there's a cut there on his head. 𝗃𝗃, the bowler. Lot of excitement there. Firstly, a top edge going towards the bowler. Bowler not judging that to perfection. Tried to get under it, just got away from him in the end, bouncing and hitting him flush in the face. There's some first aid needed, but 𝗃𝗃 is very eager to continue. Krishna Anand defends that back to the bowler, a dot ball. The last ball of the 15th coming up now. What a big ball this is in the context of this match. Or in fact, the over is up. 111 for 5 at the end of 15 overs. Nelson is on the board. 42 now needed of 30, 8.4 runs and over to win this game for Dr. Reddy's. Service now coming back into the game strongly with a wicket that over. 𝗃𝗃 getting some attention. He's hurt himself on his nose. A bleedy nose. Almost like he's out of a boxing match.
Lucky for him, it's a slight laceration. It's right on his nose.
Start of the 16th over. Drifted into the legs. Played towards square leg for a single. Manohar into the attack now. 3 overs for 30 runs already. That's drilled past back the bowler. Fielder at long off runs around fabulously. Karthik there stops that from going over the boundary rope.
A very good footwork by Karthik. Saved at least a couple of runs there.
Full and wide. Drove that towards the cover fielder. No run on offer.
Well, pulled it on the back foot. It's straight to the fielder at deep mid wicket. Now they're desperate to get some boundaries here.
Service now back in this game big time, courtesy a couple of tight overs. 13th over going for just 5 runs and a wicket. 14th, 15th over just going for 4 runs. So 9 runs of the last couple of overs. It's mean the pressure has come back. Again, you can see trying to hit it too hard. Hit it into the ground. Just a single towards long on. 38 needed of 25. Pressure building every ball. Drove that towards the cover region for a single. Will they look for the second? No, they don't. They're happy with the single there. For the end of the 16th, 116 run for 5 wickets, 37 needed of 24 balls. Run rate creeping up slowly but surely. 9.25 runs an over needed now to win this game.
.37 needed from 24 now. Things are getting difficult for Dr. Reddy's. Well, a slower delivery, didn't read it properly. Drags it. No timing whatsoever on that. But they got a couple of runs, which went to deep backward square leg.
Girish, the bowler, back into the attack after having taken that blow on his nose in the last over. Good ball first up. Inside half of the bat. Lucky the batter's still got 2 runs. 35 needed of 23 now. Advances down, hits it in the air towards long on, just a bounce to that fielder. The wicketkeeper, Cy, the captain, not happy with that. He wanted the fielder to go for that. But I dare say that that was the right decision by the fielder. There's no way that he was getting to that ball. That was short of him for sure. He may have conceded an extra run if he had gone for that.
Exactly. They don't want to leak runs anywhere here because they've got enough wickets.
Powerfully played. Extremely well fielded by the fielder at covers. Very straightish cover. Ran around that. Collected it well. Threw it back on the bounce to the bowler. Advances once again inside half of the bat, but that's enough to get a single because there's no fielder patrolling the 30-yard circle on the leg side. So any bat on the leg side will be at least a single. 121 for 5, 32 needed now of 20 balls. This match is going to take us down to the wire, Sam.
Yes, there is. Well, they're taking risks. But the rewards are not good enough for them to feel happy about. Boundaries have completely dried up. Still, they are taking those risks, taking those chances, advancing down the track, even though the keeper is up onto the stumps. That shows their intentions clearly. They want to go for runs. They need to. They have no other option.
This time got down, connected. But I think that's going to go straight to the fielder at mid-wicket. There was a fumble there, but really poor running from Krishnanand. He had decided that it's going to be a single early on. If he had shown intent on the first run, then they could have easily come back and finished the second. But could have, would have, should have doesn't cut it in cricket. 123 for 5 of 17 overs. 30 needed now of 18 balls. Exactly 10 runs in over to win this game. Interesting piece of cricket this. Strategy. Arif has been retired out. And Vaibhav looks like the batter was going to replace him in the middle. So is this going to be a tactical blunder or tactical genius? Only time will tell. 123 for 5, 17 overs into the game, 3 overs to come, 30 runs to get. This game is in the balance. Kavinder comes back into the bowling attack. He's gone for just 9 of the first 2 overs. He's going to bowl the 18th and 20th over. Left arm over the wicket, starts off with a full ball on the pads. 𝗬𝗏 strikes that down towards long on for a single. Krishna Anand now on strike. Sam, your verdict on that decision to retire out the batsman Arif? One in the air towards long off, fielder running across. Takes the catch. So Krishna Anand is dismissed for 24 of 22. And is that going to be the final nail in the coffin for Dr. Reddy's?
Well, I think the decision of retire out is not in favor of them for Dr. Reddy's. I don't think that's a right decision at that moment. They should have waited. Is it they are anyway taking chances to go for it? If one wicket falls, 𝗏𝗏 would be coming in, but now the set batter Krishna Anand gone for 24 after facing 23 deliveries. Now troubles are mounting for Dr. Reddy's. They've lost 7 wickets for 124 and more 29 runs needed in 16 deliveries.
Self-invited trouble, they say.
And moreover, that's not retired hurt, it's retired out. So Arif cannot come back again to bat.
Yeah, it's within one of the rules, I think, of this tournament that you can't retire hurt a batter unless he's been physically injured. So retired out is the only option. And since he's been retired out, he will not be able to return to bat. So interesting call that from Dr. Reddy's to retire Arif, who's actually playing well, 7 of 7. So it's not like he was eating away deliveries. Nevertheless, let's get back to the action now. In the air again towards long off on this occasion. After bounce, the fielder does well to cover the line of that ball, keeps it down to a single. The intent is obvious from Dr. Reddy's. 𝗏𝗏 and Rajshekhar Reddy, both having played just 1 ball, scored 1 run each. 𝗏𝗏 drilling that past the cover fielder. Karthik desperate for a second, and he finishes it comfortably. Very good running between the wickets from Rajshekhar Reddy.
And if you see, Idris, both are able to strike the ball well here. They connect 2-3 deliveries. Well, keeper is all over the place. Now, wow! He gets it on the second attempt.
Made an easy catch look difficult, but in the end, grabbed it. What a wonderful take that is from 𝗙. Fumbled it on the first occasion and had to dive to collect it on the rebound. So 𝗏𝗏's short innings comes to an end. And 8 wickets down now for Dr. Reddy's. Is the doom close?
And the keeper is saying he was looking straight into the sun. It was difficult for him to judge it where it's going to fall. But the second attempt, once it bounces off his gloves, he dives and catches it. A brilliant effort from the keeper, Sai Kumar,
So
the keeper.
Dr. Reddy's very, very quickly disintegrating towards the end of this match. 26 runs still needed of 13 balls now. Now this looks like a mountain to climb. Just was a cakewalk 4 overs ago. How quickly this game changes. Any score in cricket, you just add a couple of wickets to your score. Things look very different. You have to give it to service now. They've kept their composure. They knew that they were just within a couple of wickets from the score. They got in Girish at the right time, came in, picked up a wicket, tightened the screw. And since then, it's just been service now all along.
And let me remind you, it's not over until it's over. They still have 2 wickets in hand. 13 balls to be bowled. 13 legal deliveries.
Meantime, Rajat's stats have just come up. 280 runs in his 40 matches, average 15.5, strike rate 116. So he's no mug with the bat. And a left-hander at that. So that brings in some additional complexity for the bowling team. Right-hand, left-hand combination.
And look at the strike rate. Goes to 116.
Drills it through the cover region, but there's a fielder in the deep. Keeps it down to a single.
And he'll keep the strike as well. 18 overs completed, 128 for 8. 25 runs needed from last 2 overs. Rajshekhar and Rajat have faced 1 ball each. They made 1 run each. It's just that a couple of boundaries. They will not be looking to defend anymore.
Service now ahead on the Duckworth-Lewis score now by 10 runs. The Duckworth-Lewis par score at the moment is 138. Dr. Reddy's on 128 for 8. But they are definitely struggling at the moment. Rajat is now taking strike. Left-hander, and he'll be facing Girish.
And this is the most important over of the match, the penultimate over. That would be bowled by Girish. He's coming around the wicket. Usually, as I say, this over will give you a fair idea which way the match is turning towards.
Head back to the bowler. No run on offer. 26 of 11 now. 25 of 11 rather. He's hit it in the air, going towards the fielder at long on. Settles under it and takes a good catch. Karthik it is. And Rajat is dismissed. What a strong comeback into this game Service now has made. Now are almost on the victory door. Just 1 step away from victory now, Service now. And Dr. Reddy's will be ruining the decisions that they've made early on in this batting innings. 25 runs still needed of 10 balls. The good catch that is on the boundary rope from Karthik. Also well bowled by Girish. Kept it full within the stumps. Asking the batsman to do all of the heavy work there. Rajat not able to execute. Loses out towards long on. 9 wickets down now for 128.
Last man walked in is Devesh Avasthi. Played 154 matches, made over 1,000 runs. Decent enough strike rate, 93 for a tail-ender.
Flicked it on the onside, just a single I think towards long on and mid-wicket. We'll be happy with that. That brings Rajshekhar back on strike. There's 9 balls left in this innings. Rajshekhar will want to take as many of those as possible.
Absolutely.
Hit it off the back foot, straight to long on. Just a single again. $23 needed now of 8 balls. Devesh Avasthi had a wonderful day with the ball. 3 wickets for just 22. What can he do for his team with the bat? Oh, he's hit it big! What a good shot that is! A couple of bounces over the boundary rope in the gap between square leg and mid-wicket. The fielder at square leg just didn't move a muscle. A good stroke from Devesh.
He didn't have to because he knows it was hit perfectly. The timing was good. It was racing away to the boundary. In fact, in the air, just 1 bounce over the rope. But is it enough for Dr. Reddy's? They need more.
19 more, Sam, to be precise. 19 of 7 balls. Mountain to climb for them. Another big one.
Mistimed.
Oh, and the fielder puts it down.
Well,
some excitement
only
for us,
1
I think.
run. 6 runs and a wicket in that over. 19 gone. 134 for 9. Now 19 runs needed from 6 deliveries.
18 runs needed, 6 balls. Balls to win this game. Devesh Avasthi is on strike. 𝗀𝗏𝗃, 3 overs, 14 for 2, is bowling the last over.
18. Inside edge, just a single towards fine leg. That brings Rajshekhar back on strike again. 17 needed now of 5.
Full toss outside the off stump. But straight to the fielder at deep cover. Couple of runs. Singles and doubles do not help them at this stage. Now 15 needed from 4. So 3 boundaries will take them to 12. For 4 boundaries, for 2 sixes, that's how the equation is. They should be a couple of runs.
It could have been 3 there as well. But I think Devesh had decided pretty early that that was going to be 2. So he was content with the second. 13 more runs needed of 3 balls. They left a little bit too much to do towards the end of this innings.
If they have to be in this game, they should hit a maximum of this delivery. Well bowled.
Wonderful bowling this from 𝗀𝗏𝗃. Got it in the block hole. Just a single towards deep cover. So now 2 sixes needed of 2 balls to win this game. Have to give it to service now. How well they've fought and come back into this game. An appeal for caught behind. The umpire has raised his finger.
And so that concludes the match.
The end of the game. Service now coming back really, really well into this match. Bowling out Dr. Reddy for 141. Dr. Reddy's put up a good show. Till about 13-14 overs into the game, they seem to be in control. But then came in 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗏, picked up a wicket off his last ball of his spell. 𝗃𝗏 also picked up a wicket in the subsequent over. So 2 tight overs, demolishing the middle order for Dr. Reddy's. And service now finishing on top. Great game of cricket this. Dr. Reddy's will be disappointed with the result. The player of the match for us, Gautam Batula, 49 of 40 balls. 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗏, the best bowler today on display, 4 overs, 26 for 3. So if you're just joining us for the final of the Gold Cup, Service now have gone on to win this game versus Dr. Reddy's. 152 on the board. That turned out to be a few too many for Dr. Reddy's to chase. Great batting innings up front from Gautam Batula, 49 of 40. Well supported by Chakradhar, 30 of 28, and Gyan, 21 of 15. Managed to get themselves to a score of 152. Dr. Reddy's looked really comfortable at the 12-13 over mark. They looked like they were going to chase the score. But 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗏 come back into the attack. He picked up, Vikas came back into the attack, picked up a wicket off his last ball. From there, 𝗃𝗏 came in as well. He picked up a couple of wickets, kept things tight, did not concede any runs. And what that meant is Dr. Reddy's just succumbed under the pressure. They've had a good tournament, Dr. Reddy's, but in the end falling short by 11 runs, losing this game to Service Now. The man of the match, 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗏 for a 49 of 40 balls. And Vaibhav, the top performer from Dr. Reddy's, 4 overs, 26 for 3. With that, we come to the close of the first final today, the Gold Cup of the MVL Pure Corporate Championship Edition 2. Service Now are deserved winners. They've had a wonderful tournament. They've batted really well consistently throughout this tournament. And they'll take back the Gold Cup with pride. So Sai will be really happy with that. And he will ensure that his team has a good time. In the meantime, this is Idris on behalf of Team MVL signing off. We'll join you shortly to bring the action of the Platinum Cup final between MSGD and Qualcomm. MSGD and Qualcomm. The coin toss is coming up shortly.